Hello everyone, welcome to the Web Security Academy series, and in this video we will be covering the username enumeration via account lock. So this lab is vulnerable to the username enumeration and it uses the account login, but the account login contains the logical flow, and our objective is to enumerate the username and brute force the user password. So the candidate usernames and the passwords are already being provided to us. Now let us access this lab. So this is the web page, and let me go to the my account section. Let me try the sample username, test and test, login. And now let us see the HTTP request. So this is the request that we have sent, username test and password test, and let me send it to the repeater. So now let me try to send multiple usernames. So we are getting only the invalid username and password. So let me send it multiple times to see when we are encountering with the account lockout. But after so many requests, I don't see the account lockout here. But according to the lab, our account should be locked out. Now there can be a possible scenario if the username is correct and the password is wrong. During that time only the account is getting locked. Now to validate that, what you can do, let us send this request to the intruder. Now in intruder, add the username and we need to test for the password as well. Now after the password, just click on add because we want to test for the null password, and the attack type will be the cluster bomb attack. Now why we are trying to use the cluster bomb attack? Because neither we know the username or neither we know the password. Now let us see with an example how the cluster bomb works. A cluster bomb attack iterates through different payload set for each of the defined position so that all the permutation of the payload are tested. So let us see with an example. Assume that we have a two payload set 1 and payload set 2, and the values are ABCD and QWER. Now during a cluster bomb attack, it will send total of 16 requests by combining the payload set 1 and payload set 2. And the permutation and combination will look something like this: AQ, AW, AE, AR, followed by BQ, BW, BE, BR, and then followed by combination of C and followed by combination of D. Now on which scenarios we need to use the cluster bomb attack? Now think of a case where you do not know the username, neither you know the password, and you need to predict it, both the username and password. So in those scenarios, you can use the cluster bomb attack and it will try different combination of usernames and password. Similarly in this example, and eventually you can identify which is the correct username and the correct password. Now let us get back to the bug suit. So now let's go to the payload set, and in payload set 1, let us use the usernames that is being provided to us. Paste it, and payload set 2, we will use the null payload. So how many number of null payload we want to try? For example, for each password I want to try 5 different null payloads. And we also need to see the warning messages. So let's go to the setting and grab an extract, click on add. Now here identify the warning message, invalid username and password. So I'll click on OK. Now we can start this attack. So now our attack is over, and let me just try to filter it out with the warnings. Now if you can see, only for request number 387 and 488 we have received different warning messages, too many login attempts, and the payload is Arizona. So this is our username. Now let us see how it's working. So if you just filter by the payload and go to the Arizona, now if you can see, this is the first request for Arizona, and we have got invalid username and password. And in the second request, that is 185, again we have got invalid username and password. And in the third request also we have got invalid username and password. But on the fourth time we are getting the too many incorrect login attempt error. But whereas for other users, for all the 5 requests we are getting the invalid username error. So that means that whenever the username is correct, then only you are getting the too many incorrect login attempts error. So now let us copy this username. Go to the position, instead of username, use the Arizona. Now we need to check for the password. Add it. Let us type B sniper and go to the payload set, clear it. Now give the password that is provided to us. And go to settings. Again, grep and extract is already selected, and you can now start this attack. Now let us analyze this result by sorting the warning message. Now if you really look at, for 3 requests we have got invalid username and password, and for remaining other requests we have got the too many login attempts. But for request number 96, that is monitor, we have not got any warning message, which is interesting. Now let me just copy it and try to log in with this username and password. Arizona and the password. So we have successfully logged into the Arizona account. So thank you for watching this video, and we will see you on the next one.